One of the things that I learned while building two of my SaaS company, one of them is the Simple Podcast Cloud, and another one is the StarkLink, is that form validation is one of the most important thing when it comes to building web application. Because if you cannot validate the data that you're getting it in, the output will always be garbage. As the saying goes, garbage in, garbage out. So in here, what I want to do is I want to show you something that I built for you that you can use to validate your form data in a way that it's gonna be stupid easy for you to use it. And when you're done with it, you're like, holy cow, it is so simple. So I'm just going to close out these two website links and go right into it. So this is the form registration. Typically it looks like this. So it has your username, number, and a whole bunch of other entries. Let me just show you what happens when you don't enter anything. So we will just click the submit button, and then we will have this depth of red is what I call it. Basically, this indicates that something is wrong, followed by this little field right here that says require. And then the top one, it is not required. So let me go ahead quickly, just put it in here. As you'll see, I'm just going to copy this. As soon as I paste it in here, and this is a number field, so it's another validation. So it will only accept the entry as a number. So one, as you saw, it just went away. So I'll just go here and type in 2, and it went away. Same thing for your username and your email. If I type this in here, it's going to say, hey, this is an invalid email address. So if I go ahead, type in Gmail, that is be perfect. And if I go the same thing in here, it's going to say, this is not a valid US number. So let me go ahead and do this. 1, 2, 3, blah, blah, blah. And that's it. And then for my date, I'll go ahead, put that in here. And for my password, I'm just going to copy this. Why not? Paste it. So if I just put in front of it at the end, just put on 1, it's going to say, hey, this doesn't match the password that you put in up top. So I'm just going to delete that and put it here, here, and in here. So all the fields are validated because we don't see any more the depth of red anymore. So let me show you what happens after the form is valid. So I'm going to put this over here, inspect, and go to the console log. So now this is going to blow your mind. And when I show you how to implement it into your project, you'll be like, holy shit, I have been wasting my time writing code again and again and again. And with this one line of code, I could have done this and saved years worth of headache. Yeah, you're welcome. This is what you're going to learn. So I'm going to click on submit. And then after it submits it, what it's going to do is going to create this nicely pretty JSON object format that you can send it to your server and then use the data for as you see fit. So it has the name, which will be the object, and then the value, which will be this, and all that pretty stuff. So that is that. And right now you'll see the full name. There is nothing in here because this is blank. So I'll just put in here code with Mark, and I'll clear this out, start again. Boom. If I go back now, and for the full name, there's code with Mark as is. So now I'll show you how easy it is for you to implement this. So here we go. I'll make this a little. So this is just a standard web page. I use the Bootstrap 5 with the jQuery. If you have followed me along, you know I love me some jQuery. And then I build in a regular form, which I'm not going to go into it. And if you are interested in learning to download this, the link will be below. You can just click on it, download this whole project file, and implement it easily into your project folder or in your project in general. So we got the first name, number, yada, 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 so on and so forth. The meat and potato is where the thing that you will find it interesting how easy it is. You know what? Actually, I will go into it because when you are building your form, like for example, this is the full name one. It's a simple label. You got your input as a text, and then for your number, your input is as a number. And in here, you'll notice there's a word called require. So when you are building the form, all you really have to do is put the word require, and then based on this simple word, the validator is going to be validating this field because there is no word required here. It's just going to simply ignore it. It is that simple. And you will see the rest of it just has the word require. And that's all you have to do when you are building this form. And then we'll move right along down over here. And if you follow me long enough, you know about me, just jQuery, and all those knuckleheads over there. Like, oh my God, you should be using jQuery because it's so thousands of years ago. Guess what? It's still in production. It is still working. And all the other frameworks that JavaScript, that other people have used it, they have come and gone. And jQuery is the only one that is still here over 10 plus years. So I don't care what you say. I'm still gonna use it because it works for me. And the SaaS companies that I showed you before, I use them to write the code for it, and it has been working. And people use the damn thing for paying me. And so yeah, anyone who tells you don't use jQuery, tell them fuck you and use it anyway because it's amazing. Enough for that rant. So basically, when I click the submit button, so which will be this right here, it's going to fire off this button, and then it's going to say, hey, go run the code. So this is the one line validator. That's all you're doing. So what are you doing in here is whatever the container, the top container, in this case is a common form ID, you're going to put it in here. If it's a class, you could put the class. If it's a ID, you put the ID. So let's look for this ID. So this would be, you know what, let me zoom out a little bit because it's a little crazy here. So we'll go over here. So the main container, the div container, is this one right here. So everything within this div container is going to go and do its magic word. So this is the class container. And if I go over here and say this is the so this is the container right over here that says common form with the ID of this. If you want to use it as a class, you just change this to class and come down here and put a period in here, and that's it. It will work. And then it's going to go look for all of these fields, the one that says required, and just keep in mind when you're using it, use the appropriate type. So for example, let's go over here. So this is the full name. Just use it as a text. If you wanted to have it as a number value, use the type as number. And for your email, use it as an email. So use this form as a guideline when you are building your form. So that way, you know what kind of field it is and it will work accordingly. For your phone, all you're going to do is just type in the word tell. And for your date is date, and password is password. And for your address, this is just the word text. And for your checkbox, it's going to be this, and the message is just a regular text area right here. So it will take care of all that. Use this as an example, like I said, and build your form, and this thing is going to work like magic. So having said that, got that out of the way. So with this function, we're going to set it to result. Whatever the result is, if it validates it, and then it's going to show you, like I showed you before, put it in a nice, pretty JSON object format for you. All you got to do is just take that particular JSON object, send it through your AJAX request to your API, to your server, or wherever you want to do, and that's that. So this is the one line of code, one line validator code that you can just download it from the link below. I'm not going to go into it. It's pretty self-explanatory. If you don't care to know it, you just want to make sure it works, then all you got to do is include this library like I here. So what I did was I included as a external library right here, and then come down. There's one line of code. That's all it's going to take, and you're done. If you're lazy, you're like, I don't care how it works, as long as it works, that's all that matters. Or if you're a beginner, you don't know, and you want your form to have a good entries when you put it in your backend side, then that will work for you too. Or if you're advanced, you're like, yeah, man, I don't have time for this. Yes, writing the same thing like I did when I was working on my SaaS company, and that was that. So just write this one line of code, and that's that. And before I go ahead and wrap this little bad boy up for you, I just do have one thing I want to tell you. Obviously, if you watched it up until here, you gotta click the subscribe button and then put a comment here below. What do you think of this? Would you want me to create more of this, or something that you have a problem with it? Just leave it in the comment. I'll read it. I'll create a video for whatever that you have a problem with. And second thing is, I am looking for about 5 of web developers who are interested in learning how to take their web development skill to the next level. If you want to be one of those people, just click the link in the description and go ahead and fill that form up, and I will let you know if you qualify to be in that group where I will be teaching how I do what I do. How did I create my 2 SaaS companies, and how do I coach others, and all the things that I do. And if you want to one day learn how you can build your own SaaS company that you charge other people for, like I do, I make about 6 figures from that on 2 of them. So you could do your own math. And that's something you are interested in, then you definitely need to go ahead and apply that, because I have learned a lot. I have taught a lot of other people. So go ahead, do that. If not, I'll catch you in the next video.